Okay, looking at this first practice problem, the first thing we need to do is remember identify where the reactants and products are. So looking at this, I see here's my word yields. Okay, so now I know that's where my arrow is. Okay, then for there, I'm going to go ahead and write out the elements for each one. So sodium chloride, we know that sodium is +1, chlorine is -1. Okay, so follow the rules for naming and writing formulas for ionic compounds. It would be NaCl plus lead, which is Pb. Remember, this Roman numeral is telling you the charge of the lead. And then nitrate is a polyatomic ion. Okay, so looking at the polyatomic ion chart, it's NO3 minus. Okay, so apply the rules of crisscross. So it's Pb parentheses NO3 close parentheses 2. Then I'm going to include my arrow for yields. Okay, and that's going to lead to lead chloride. So lead again, +2, and then chlorine's -1. So it'd be PbCl2 plus sodium nitrate. So NaNO3 minus. So it'd be NaNO3 minus. Okay. So I have my chemical equation written. Now I'm going to go ahead and balance it out. Okay, so I'm going to draw my line down the middle and write out my elements. So I have sodium, chlorine, lead. But now with my polyatomic ions, just to make things simple, I'm going to keep that together, NO3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same for my product side. Okay, then I'm going to go through and count out my atoms. So for my reactant side, I have 1 sodium, 1 chlorine. I have 1 lead. But remember, this 2 is going to go to everything inside. So I technically have 2 nitrate atoms. Okay. Then on my product side, I have 1 sodium. I have 2 chlorine. I have 1 lead. And I only have 1 of the nitrate atoms on my product side. I'm going to go ahead and erase this stuff. Okay. So now going through and balancing out this chemical equation. Let me switch colors here. Okay. So looking at it, my sodium are balanced, my chlorine are off, my lead is balanced, and my nitrate is off. I'm going to start with the chlorine because it's a little bit easier than starting with a polyatomic ion. So on my product side, I have 2 chlorine. So to get 2 on my reactant side, I'm going to put a coefficient of 2 right there. Okay, but remember, this goes to every single thing in that compound. So that means I have 2 sodium and I now have 2 chlorine. Okay. So now looking back at my product side, my chlorine are now balanced, but my sodium are off. Okay, so I'm going to put a coefficient of 2 in front of sodium nitrate. That changes my sodium to 2. And that also now changes my whole nitrate compound to 2 as well. Okay, so now just double checking my work to see where I'm at. 2 sodium, 2 chlorine, 1 lead, and now I have 2 nitrate atoms. Okay, so that equation is balanced. Okay, so I have the coefficients is 2 sodium chloride. I have 1 lead nitrate, yields 1 lead 2 chloride, and 2 sodium nitrate. Fix my sodium. Whoops. Okay, practice problem number 2. Okay, so again, same thing. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and identify that yields. Okay, so I can identify my reactants and products. Okay, so here's my reactants, and then here are my products. Okay. So go ahead and writing out the elements. I have iron. Okay, so it says iron plus chlorine, which remember is a diatomic molecule. Okay, so that means it's going to be Cl2. Yields iron 3 chloride. Remember, the Roman numerals is telling me the charge of the iron, and we know chlorine is -1. Okay, so that's going to give me a formula of FeCl3. Okay. Now from there, now that we have our equation written, we're going to go ahead and balance it out. So I'm going to write out I have iron and I have chlorine on both sides. Okay, on my reactant side, I have 1 iron, I have 2 chlorine. On my product side, I have 1 iron, and I have 3 chlorine. Okay, so looking at this, my iron's already balanced, but my chlorines are off. Okay, but I kind of think about it in my head, like, what can I multiply them both by to get the same number? Okay, I know I can multiply 3 by 2 to get 6, and 2 by 3 to get 6. Okay, so that is what I'm going to go ahead and do. So on my product side, I'm going to put a coefficient of 2 out in front of the iron 3 chloride. This changes my iron to 2, and now this changes my chlorine to 6. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same on my reactant side. I'm going to put a coefficient of 3 in front of the chloride, and that changes this to 6, my chlorine. And now look at my iron are now off. Okay, so I can easily put a coefficient of 2 right in front of the iron, and that changes that to 2. Okay, so now double checking, I have 2 iron on my reactant product side, and I have 6 chlorine on my reactant product side. Okay, so that chemical equation of iron plus chlorine yields iron 3 chloride is now balanced. Okay, practice problem number 3. We have sulfur monoxide plus calcium fluoride yields calcium sulfide plus oxygen difluoride. Okay, so just reading the sentence, I'm already picking up. Remember these prefixes, mono and di. Okay, I already see that I have covalent compounds in here. Okay, so sulfur monoxide, so that is just SO. Okay, if sulfur had a subscript by it, remember there would be a numerical prefix there. Monoxide is telling me that there's 1 oxygen. Okay, so then it's going to be, write this over just a little bit. Okay, so I have SO plus calcium fluoride. Okay, so now it's an ionic compound. Okay, so I know calcium's plus 2, fluorine's minus 1, so it's CaF2. Okay, so that yields calcium sulfide. Ca we know is plus 2. Sulfur we know is minus 2, so this is just CaS. Plus oxygen difluoride. So that's OF. Difluoride means that there's 2 fluorine atoms. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and balance this out and write out my individual atoms. I have sulfur, oxygen, calcium, and fluorine on my reactant side. On my product side, I have the same elements. Okay, so on my reactant side, I have 1 sulfur, 1 oxygen, 1 calcium, I have 2 fluorine. On my product side, I have 1 sulfur, 1 oxygen, 1 calcium, and 2 fluorine. Okay, so looking at it before I start looking at it, everything is balanced. I have 1 sulfur on both sides, I have 1 oxygen on both sides, and I have 1 calcium and 2 fluorine. Okay, so this chemical equation is already balanced, so you don't need to do anything with it. Okay, so that means that there's 1 coefficient out in front of everything. Okay, so sulfur monoxide plus calcium fluoride yields calcium sulfide plus oxygen difluoride. This chemical equation, when we wrote it out, it was already balanced, so you do not need to do anything more. Okay, last practice problem 4. Okay, so this one it says when chlorine gas reacts with methane, methane is CH4, carbon tetrachloride, okay, covalent compound, and hydrogen chloride are produced. So notice in this sentence it's not telling us yields, okay, but we can kind of tell when reading the sentence, we can tell what's being produced. Okay, so we're starting with chlorine gas, which remember is a diatomic molecule. It says it reacts with methane. So those are my reactants. We know carbon tetrachloride and hydrogen chloride, that's what's being produced. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put my yield sign. Carbon tetrachloride, remember tetra is a prefix for 4, so it's CCl4. And then hydrogen chloride, we know hydrogen's plus 1, chlorine's minus 1, so it'd be HCl. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, oops, sorry, this is chlorine gas, and balance it out. So I have chlorine carbon, and hydrogen on both sides. Chlorine, carbon, and hydrogen. Okay, I have 2 chlorine atoms on my reactant side. I have 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen. On my product side, I have 4 chlorine, 1 carbon, and 1 hydrogen. And actually, if you guys catch my quick mistake, there's actually more than 4 chlorine. Okay, looking at it, I have 4 chlorine here plus 1 here. So I technically have 5 chlorine. Okay, and remember, in balancing out chemical equations, that's really the only time that you're ever going to be adding. Okay, so now going back and adding in my coefficients. So my chlorines are off, my carbons are off, and so are my hydrogens. Okay, I'm going to start with my hydrogens just because since chlorine's an odd number, I kind of want to leave it alone for a little bit. So I'm going to start with my hydrogens. So I'm going to put the coefficient of 4 right here to make this 4. But now there's 4 chlorine over here and 4 chlorine over here, which gives me 8. Okay. So now looking back on my reactant side, now I have my chlorine at a nice even number. So it's pretty easy for me to manipulate it. So I can go back on my reactant side and I know I could put a coefficient of 4 in front of that chlorine to get this to be 8. Okay, now looking at it, my chlorines are balanced, my carbons, I never touched them, they're still balanced, and my hydrogens are balanced. Okay, so everything with this is good to go. So 4 chlorine gas plus methane is going to produce carbon tetrachloride and then hydrogen chloride. And there is 4 of those hydrogen chloride compounds. Okay, so that is it for the practice problems. We'll do more practice in class. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me in class. And I will see you guys on Monday.